Hello, Joe Esposito, Meter Man, Owasso, Oklahoma. Today is July the 25th. It's Tuesday, 2017. And we're doing a little kindergarten exercise we all used to do. It's called show and tell. And today, this is rather an unusual setting for me, but I just wanted to show people, the public, about this radiation we're being subjected to. It's not good. And so we are in a cellar right here, and we're down below ground. And the top of the cellar has been covered with aluminum screen wire. So the door is opened, so we have some radiation coming in, but very, very little until we get up the stairs. So I wanted to just show you what we're going to do real quick. We have two meters with us here today. We have an HFE 35C high-frequency analyzer. It goes from 27 megahertz to 2,700, 500 megahertz. And this is from Gigahertz Solutions. It has an omnidirectional antenna, which means it reads 360 degrees. This is a directional antenna. It reads usually one direction, and I use that for work, but today we're just showing how much radiation. This is an ME3851A M/E analyzer, 5 hertz to 100 kilohertz. 5 kilohertz, I'm sorry, to 100. And so this reads 200 nanoteslers and 2,000. Right? So just to show you, look, we're in this basement right now. Okay? And this, according to the Bioinitiative report, the reading for cell damage is very low, below 5. This meter is reading 4.7, 4.6. And this meter reads just a little bit higher than that directional green antenna. So this is about as low as this meter reads. This one's reading about 3.4, which is very good. And so when you go out to these high power lines, like those big metal giant things, this goes over 2,000 really quickly as you get close to them. So I just want to show you down here, we're out of all of it. So there's no magnetic fields. There is an electric box down here, but it's not activated. So there's no magnetic fields, and there's no microwave radiation. So it's being blocked. We have, remember, aluminum screen wire here on top. All right, so I just want to show you what's happening. And the reason that is, you need to know Dr. Andrew Marino. He testified. He's got his PhD in biophysics and has done research all these years, and he's also a lawyer. He testified before the Pennsylvania Utility Commission on behalf of some citizens. But listen to what he says on page 44. If the frame of reference is the natural world as it existed before man-made electromagnetic energy was invented, smart meter energy is unusual because it is about a billion times stronger than the corresponding natural levels, more or less. If the reference frame is the location in the house of the complainants where the smart meter will be installed, then it is unusual because the resulting energy at this location will be about a million times stronger compared to pre-installation levels, more or less. So when the utility guys get up and say, oh, it's just a little bit of radiation and it's safe, who is the utilities to be telling the public about microwave radiation? Because we know Jerry Flynn in his executive summaries is telling you that, let me just read that one little quick. This is the summary. Okay. Militaries have known for more than 50 years the lethality of each and every frequency within the entire RF spectrum. That today's frequencies on which wireless consumers' products and smart meters are authorized to emit their low-level pulse non-thermal radiation are, and it's got a capital THE bolded, are the most harmful frequencies known to man. That pulsed non-thermal radiation can inflict more harm on people than the human brain, central nervous system, and immune system than can continuous wave radiation, the kind emitted by microwave ovens, and humans can be selectively inflicted with any of a host of diseases, illnesses, and harmful effects even killed, get that, killed, by pulsed non-thermal radiation on certain precise frequencies. And then he did another, just a little quick document back in March 25, 2016 about imprisoning children in classrooms with Wi-Fi. And he says in this document, renowned scientists such as Dr. Neil Cherry, Dr. Sam Milham, and Robert O. Becker, who wrote The Body Electric, and others have long said that any, A-N-Y, bold capital, any man-made radio frequency radiation, no matter how weak the signal, is hazardous to your health and all forms of life, especially pulsed microwave radiation. Okay, so you can see down here that this is about as low as this meter reads. I mean, you got 0.2 here and 2.7 on the magnetic. This is microwaves. So this is what it would have been theoretically like on the Earth before man-made radiation was here. So today, we're being immersed in this radiation. And is it safe? No. This Lloyd's of London document came out in 2015. It's exclusion 32. And they're saying they're not going to cover any man-made wireless radiation because it's not been shown to be safe. And so they're backing away from it. And so that document there has telecoms full of it, okay, of telling you all the same things. And we do know from lots of other documents that are available, the 1972 Navy military document is just showing 2,300 studies and 5 pages of health symptoms. And because we're being subtly electrocuted, if you will, in that document. And we also don't want to forget the National Toxicology Program that spent $25 million in 16 years showing 900 megahertz, which is the cell phones and smart meters, cause cancer. No question about it. And then I just want to bring up Jolie Jones. She was the daughter of Quincy Jones, a famous black entertainer and musician gentleman. She was affected by all this radiation. We've come all this way and we've told you about all these different cases of people being affected. But Johannesson, you can hear he says that the National Toxicology Study, there's it's 8-minute YouTube on Jolie's site with Dr. Johannesson. She went to Sweden to interview him. And at 3 minutes in a second, it says, this study proves wireless causes cancer beyond a shadow of any doubt. Okay? So that's a huge thing. And so Jolie asked Dr. Johannesson if wireless affects kids, and Johannesson says, gadgets are not safe. I cannot lie. Mobile phones, tablets, and all those things, they're not safe. And he even said at 7 minutes in, he said, come back in 100, 150 years or 200, and there won't be anybody to interview. So this is the seriousness of all this. And then he says at 7:09, people need to stand up and do something. We're past the point of trying to gather all the information and tell the public. They're not going to. The public is listening, but they're being played like a tennis ball back and forth over the net with the telecoms utilities, and they're skewed and misrepresented science and independent scientists. There's a new book out called The Invisible Rainbow by Arthur Furstenberg. It's about 550 some pages. He gives you the history of this kind of electricity and what's going on. He'll give you like the date of all the new technologies, say like when telegraphs came out. Well, he didn't. What he does, what nobody else did, is shows you what happens to the people that are around the telegraphs and use the keys, or if a wire is run through a town and how those people got sick. Okay, so that's how bad it is. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to put my protective clothes. I've got to wear these clothes because I have to be protected. I've got about $2,000 worth of protective clothing. I have to put some more stuff on. And then we're going to go out into the environment that I'm being subjected to. I'm being criminally assaulted, and this is involuntary human experimentation by the telecoms and the utilities, electric, gas, and water. It's affecting us. It's damaging our health. So I've learned to try to protect myself. So I want to show you what I learned real quick. But I wanted you to show you how important the readings are down here in this protected area. So, okay, we're going to get dressed up and we're going to go outside. Okay, we're getting ready to go leave the cellar and go out into the pasture where most of the radiation is. Okay, so remember down here, this meter, HFE35C is reading about 4.55. Right now it's reading 5.3. So I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to start up the stairs. All right? And now start listening to the meter. Focus on this. Now listen, because see, we're going to get into the radiation now. We're coming up. The readings are going up. 22, 16, 64, 186, 122. Okay. I'm going to turn that off just for a second. When the meter shows a 1 on the left, it can't go any higher than 200. And what we're getting hit by is St. John's Hospital over there. We're being pulsed 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Okay, so I'm just going to turn it back on now, and you can see we're getting hit with a lot of radiation as we come up out of the cellar. Okay. There's 164. That's pushing over to 200 now. There's the hospital. You can hear it. Okay, so now we're going to turn and we're going to go out to the pasture, okay? Let me get my cage though. We're going to stop for a second. Okay, now we're going to go out. Now the trees will protect us, right? But once we get out of the trees, it's going to get bad. Okay. It's already, that's over 200. So now we're going to go to 2,000. See? 200. Okay, we're going to go to 2,000. It takes a minute for it to come down. Okay, so now it's reading like what, 400, 300, right? Microwatts per meter squared, there's 471. That's very important. Okay, we're going to walk out here and then we're going to show you what's causing all this. Okay, there's 600, 700, 1100, 1200, 1400, 17, 19. That's over 2,000 right here. Now, take a picture at the cell tower, right there, right? That's on 96th Street in Owasso. So all the homes, everybody up here is being fried because it's coming right into their homes. Oh, at over 2,000, right? Okay, so we're going to go a little bit further out now. So that's over 2,000, right? Let's just put it in our cage and see if it stops the radiation. Okay, let me back that up so maybe the camera can see that number in the sun. Okay, so that's going down. That was at 2,000, so let me go back to 200. Okay, it's on 200. It's still going down. Okay, it's 35, 25, 17, 4, 12, 15. Okay, so it's around 15, 13, 11, 12. That's a huge difference than 2,000 microwatts per meter squared. And maybe if my screen was a little tighter. Okay, so we're coming back out. Now we know it's over 2,000. So now we're going to put the 200,000 on, and we're going to try to see how bad it is. Okay, we got the attenuator on now, all right? And so this will read 200,000. here. And what you do is you have to put 2 zeros on the outside of the numbers. So if it's 23, like 25, that's 2,500. And so now there was a 3, there's, see, 30, let me get to the right, 39, 49, 53, so that's 5,300, okay? So we're getting out, we've got a tree blocking us, we're going to go out a little further and get into it. Plus we're going to get the hospital now pretty quick. Let's go out a little bit further here to the edge of the field. So that's like, it's like 2,000, there's 4,600, there's 4,000 again. That always varies, it's never perfectly steady. But that shows you're there. There's 3,700. And you can look, there's the cell tower with 6 layers of panels, and there's the hospital with a communications antenna on top over there. So there's a lot of radiation here in this field. And so this is coming into my house, and we'll show you that when we get back over to the house. But we were just in the cellar, and it was like, with my directional green meter, it was like 0.1. That's the way it was before man-made. So look what we're doing to ourselves now. There's 38. That's 3,800. That's a huge amount of radiation. That's never been here before, because remember we did this March, I think, of 14, and there wasn't this much radiation. It just keeps going up because they keep adding more cell tower panels. There's 36, there's 40, so that's over 4,000 there. There's 42, 47, 49. That's pushing 5,000 microwatts per meter squared. Okay, off and on. Okay, so I just wanted to show you what's happening here. We are being submerged in microwave radiation, and it's damaging our health. There's no question about that. And all these people are being damaged because they don't know how to protect themselves. They don't know about aluminum screw wire, and we're having to pay for the damages the utilities and the telecoms are doing to us. That's not right. I shouldn't have to pay $2,000 for protective clothing, or all the money I've spent over the years fighting AEP, PSO, for the damage they're doing to me and my family, and all these other people. That there was 52, there's 58. So that's a lot of damage, and this is omnidirectional, so it's reading all the radiation, and we're being immersed in the smart meter mesh grid, because all these houses, and we're spread apart here. Go to town where the houses are 10 feet apart. It's much worse. Okay, we just wanted to bring you up to date what's going on. Thank you very much for listening. Okay, here we are on the south side of my home. The worst radiation is coming from the cell tower and the hospital and the smart meters. I used to have a smart meter on my house, but I'd pay $1,100 to get it out 92 feet and aim the other direction. They're like guns. But the radiation wasn't as bad back in 14 as it is right now. So we're going to look at the radiation with an omnidirectional HFE 35C at 200 and 2,000. And then remember, when the meter goes to the left, it can't take that reading anymore. So you got to go to the next level up, like from 200 to 2,000, 2,000 to 200,000. Okay, so we're going to read it right here and see what's coming at my house from all this radiation. And then we're going to protect it and see the meter, see how much it knocks it down. And then we're going to go inside the house to show you what it is inside with just this aluminum screen wire. So we're going to turn this on now. That was over 200. Now it's over 2,000. Okay, over 2,000. Okay, so now turn off the thing while I'll put on this a minute. Okay, we have the attenuator on. It can read up over 200,000. So let's see. We'll let it settle here a minute. And we'll see what it comes up. Okay, so see it's reading now 47, 49, 29, 20. Okay, but you add the 2 zeros. So that would be 2,900 or 3,100. All right, 4,000. There's 6. There's 6,400. So there's 4,500, 4,700, 5,000, 5,900. That's 6,400. So that's how much energy, which has never had that much up here before, because they keep adding panels to that cell tower. So that's all coming in to this house. So theoretically, that brick doesn't stop much. So we're going to go inside, and we're going to read what's in that room now. But first, we're going to go back to 2,000. We're going to, for 200, and we're going to go in and put it in the cage here a second to show you the effects of aluminum screen wire has. Because aluminum screen wire is the military grade for blocking this kind of radiation. And there's guys that go to military bases and build Faraday cages out of copper wire to stop this. And I have good friends. and they say, this one particular good friend says this wireless goes through concrete and steel, and it does, because I've read it going through 2 plates of 1/4-inch plate steel and concrete. That's why the cellar's got wire on the top, is to stop it from going through the concrete. But this stuff makes a difference, and so do, in my opinion, protective clothing. So let's go to 200. Okay. That's over 200, right? Okay, look at the difference now. It's going down. So it was like out in the pasture, staying around in the 20s. There's 38, right? 38 is a lot better than 6,400 microwatts per meter squared. So you may have to do something a little more to help protect yourself, but you can see how this helps a great deal. So let's go inside now and see what we have inside. We just came in from being outside, and we got it down inside the aluminum cage in the 20s, right? Okay, so now we've come in the house to the bedroom that is where we were standing outside. And you can see 23, 24. That's about the same as when we put it in the cage, because there's only one layer of wire on this room. But look at the difference. This is better than 6,500 microwatts per meter squared. Okay, so we can even get it less. Where we sleep, we have canopies. They're $1,000. In those canopies, it's 0.1. All right, so we can do more in this room. We can do more on the walls, more on the outside. So maybe in the future we'll do that. But I just wanted to show you the difference in levels when you try to protect. And this has got to be better, 25 and 24, than 6,500. Okay, thanks for listening.